the 320. It's a pretty new firearm. The pistol is only a few years old. It made its debut 3 years ago here at SHOT Show, and it is a completely modular system, and which means the grip, not only can the grip panels be changed, but the entire pistol can be reconfigured to whatever the shooter would need as far as grip size or caliber. So this is actually the gun here. And the grip modules are simply a piece of plastic that can be changed from small, medium, large, subcompact, compact, carry, and full size. So there's a lot of possibilities. Plus caliber changes. Right now 9mm is very popular, but we can also move up to 357 SIG and 40 caliber as well. So it gives the shooter endless options, and the design itself has incorporated the amount of safety to where we don't have to worry about an external safety. It's you can see that the trigger has no tab on it, and there's no external safety. Now we do actually make an external safety model for those who either want manual safety or require it, but not necessary or needed on this model at all. Putting it back together is very simple. The trigger group goes back in, takedown lever goes on, and the slide goes right back on. What's really nice about this system, unlike a lot of systems, is you don't have to pull the trigger to take the gun apart, which is pretty nice. It's just once the slide's locked back, the magazine has to be out of the gun. Otherwise, the takedown lever can't rotate. It locks in place. So no magazine in the gun. The slide has to be locked to the rear. The lever rotates down. Slide comes right off. So that seems to be very popular with a lot of our clients who don't want to have to deal with that trigger pull. What we're looking at here is a standard 320 full-size RX model, which has our Romeo 1 optic installed. Obviously, the other option is no optic sight with standard night sights or contrast sights. The options are really limitless. So that's the SIG 320 in a nutshell. So what we did this year, and this is the hottest ticket in the show right now, is we developed even further the 320 with a lot of input from competitive shooters and high-end, top-tier users, and we redeveloped the grip module to what you see here. And this is one of 3 of the guns called in the 320 X series of line. This is the flagship of the model. It's called the 320 X5. And same concept as the 320, actually the same internals, the same trigger group. But we made some improvements to the grip module. As you can see, we went a little higher with the grip module with the back strap and beaver tail. We actually deepened the undercut, so now our hand can get a little bit higher on the gun, closer to that bore axis. This model actually comes with 4 21-round magazines, and so they're extended, and we also have an extended mag well. The great thing about this grip, though, is with removal of one screw, I can take this mag well off, so it's not part of the gun. It's modular, just like the rest of the gun. We've included an internal grip weight to add some weight to the gun for those who want a little bit less felt recoil. And on this model, we added a bull barrel to add a little bit even more weight to the front of the gun. Of course, each X Series gun comes with lightning cuts on the slide, whether it be on the top or the sides, which I'll show you some of those here in a second. And what's really interesting about this model is the sight setup. We have Dawson sights in the front, but we actually have a rear sight plate on the rear. So this is actually an adjustable plate that comes off as a unit. So there's 2 screws underneath. They pop out of the bottom, and this plate comes off, and we can put one of our Romeo 1s, which was on that other gun, we can put it right in its place. So this gun is an iron sight pistol, but it's actually optic ready right out of the box. And the series wouldn't be complete without some guns that we could actually carry concealed as well. So we developed the 320X VTAC with Kyle Lamb at Viking Tactics, and we put it into the X Series family, made it a bit smaller. The slide is a 4.7 inch instead of a 5-inch slide, and we took the mag wall off and just went with standard 17-round mags to keep it a little shorter. And but the grip module is pretty much still the same. We cut it down to a carry length, and added, of course, the VTAC day-night sights. As like the other X Series guns, we put a straight trigger in it, but again, this is compatible with any 320. We can take this out, put it in a standard grip module, or vice versa, put a curved trigger into this grip module. So that's the whole point of the system, is the modularity. And then the baby of the group is the 320X Carry. This is the smallest version we make of the X Series. Same idea as the VTAC, but we actually shorten the slide to a compact slide. and utilize the rear sight plate design, which is what we saw on the X5. So this is a night sight front sight and a night sight rear plate, which again pops off as one unit, and we can replace this with a Romeo optic. So even if your agency doesn't need a Romeo optic, it's something that's going to be looked at in the future with this model. So it is an iron sight gun, but it is optic ready. But that's the lineup, the three most popular guns of the show so far, and that's the 320X series, which is just a continuation of the standard 320. With the popularity of striker-fired pistols like the 320 has become the standard simply because there's nothing to think about. Under the extreme stress of gunfire or fighting, there's the less mechanical motions you have to make the gun fire, the better. And this is as simple as it gets. The gun comes out of the holster and you pull the trigger. There's no manual safeties to manipulate. There's nothing to think about. There's no risk of missing the safety or forgetting the safety. The gun inherently is so safe we didn't need to put a manual safety on it. And that's, in my opinion, I think that's the reason the world is moving towards the striker-fired market. And we just wanted to give them a product that was superior to the others. And I think that's the future of the handgun market, is the striker-fired.